Hey guys, Michael J. Crawford here, and welcome to day 11 of our 40-day fast. Today we're going to be reading from the Gospel of John, chapter 8, verses 2 through 20. At dawn, he went to the temple complex again, and all the people were coming to him. He sat down and began to teach them. Then the scribes and the Pharisees brought a woman caught in adultery, making her stand at the center. "Teacher," they said to him, "this woman was caught in the act of committing adultery. In the law, Moses commanded us to stone such a woman. So what do you say?" They asked this to trap him, in order that they might have evidence to accuse him. Jesus stooped down and started writing on the ground with his finger. When they persisted in questioning him, he stood up and said to them, "The one without sin among you should be the first to throw a stone at her." Then he stooped down again and continued writing on the ground. When they heard this, they left one by one, starting with the older men. Only he was left with the woman in the center. When Jesus stood up, he said to her, "Woman, where are they? Has no one condemned you?" "No one, Lord," she answered. "Neither do I condemn you," said Jesus. "Go from now on and do not sin anymore." Then Jesus spoke to them again. "I am the light of the world. Anyone who follows me will never walk in the darkness, but will have the light of life." So the Pharisees said to him, "You are testifying about yourself. Your testimony is not valid." "Even if I testify about myself," Jesus replied, "my testimony is valid, because I know where I came from and where I am going. But you do not know where I come from or where I'm going. You judge by human standards. I judge no one. And if I do judge, my judgment is true, because I am not alone, but I and the Father who sent me judge together. Even in your law, it is written that the witness of two men is valid. I am the one who testifies about myself, and the Father who sent me testifies about me." Then they asked him, "Where is your Father?" "You know neither me nor my Father," Jesus answered. "If you knew me, you would also know my Father." He spoke these words by the treasury while teaching in the temple complex, but no one seized him because his hour had not come. Here we witness another exchange between Jesus and the Pharisees, where Jesus defends the validity of his testimony. This isn't the first time he has done so. Similar encounters have been seen in John 5 and 7, and it may seem repetitive, but there's a reason for it. Jesus is about to make astonishing claims about his divine nature, and he needs to lay a foundation for his credibility. If you were to tell someone that everything they believed is wrong, shouldn't you want to ensure they trusted you first? That's what Jesus is doing here. The Pharisees challenged him by saying, "Your testimony is not valid." But Jesus refutes their accusation by pointing out that his testimony is valid because he knows where he came from and where he is going. Jesus emphasizes that his authority comes directly from God the Father, establishing that his words are not just claims, but truths. He tells them, "If you knew me, then you would know my Father." This is profound. Jesus is saying that to truly know him is to know God himself. The Pharisees' rejection of Jesus wasn't just a refusal to believe in him. It was a refusal to know God. Jesus came to reveal the Father to us. He is the light of the world, shining truth into the darkness of misunderstanding and doubt. When we come to know Jesus, we don't just gain knowledge about him. We come into a relationship with the Father. This relationship is not based on empty words, but on the truth that Jesus speaks with authority given by God. To know Jesus is to know the Father, because they are one. In essence, mission and love. This passage reminds us of a deep unity between Jesus and the Father, and it calls us to trust in his divine testimony. Begin praying, with Psalm 9, verse 10. Those who know your name trust in you, because you have not abandoned those who seek you, Lord.